Hey everyone, let's do some math. Come on, it's not going to be that bad. All right, so lesson 2 here. We are adding, subtracting, and then we're going to sprinkle some multiplying decimals in here. So let's walk yourself through it here. Like it says, line up the decimals, bring that decimal straight down. So the big thing like we talk about is line them up. So when I look at problem number 1, all right, I've got a 17 and 2/10, and then minus the 5 and 6/10. Notice how nicely I've lined up my decimal. And now it's just normal subtraction. It's just like you're doing 172 minus 56. I can't take the 6 away from the 2. Let's do a little borrowing action that's here. 12 minus 6 is a 6. I can do 6 minus 5. That's a 1. And then 1 minus nothing, well, that's a 1. So I get 11.6. Again, drop that decimal straight down after you line them up. Estimation's always good to make sure you're kind of in the right spot. So yeah, 17 minus 6. Okay, that's 11. So I'm around the answer. I feel good about what I have done. Let's go over to the question number 2, this addition problem that's here. So again, setup-wise, I'm going to throw that first one down and then line up my decimal. So the place values will all line up here. So just add 7 plus nothing, 7, 4 plus 6, 10. So we put down the 0, carry the 1, 1 plus 0 plus 4. That's a 5. I'm going to bring my decimal straight down so I don't forget about it. 6 plus 3 is a 9. 0 plus 1, hey, there we go, 19.507. Again, if I'm estimating, this is about a 6. That's about a 13. So I'm around 19. Yeah, I'm certainly there. Let's skip. Let's skip over to question number 4. Question number 4, well, we talk about lining up the decimals, but I don't end up seeing a decimal. Right, Mr. Cow? There is a decimal that's there. You see, when it's a whole number, we just don't put the decimal in, but there is. Think of money. What would a $9 price tag look like? Well, it would look like $9.00. So keep that in mind. Think money. It'll help you place it. A lot of times, some students will place it on the other side of it. No. It's a whole number. Think money. Think about a price tag that's there. And the important thing here is those zeros, because I need them there. When we subtract, we have to take away from something that's there. So those zeros are required by law because it's a subtraction problem. We're going to borrow. I can't take 8 away from 0. I got nothing to borrow from the 0, so I got to slide all the way over. So again, when you do your borrowing, it just kind of depends on what works for you. Some people like to do all the borrowing at once. Some people like to, again, it's a comfort level that's there. We're going to subtract. All right. We got a 5. Hey, we've got a 3. We're set to go 3 and 52/100ths. The last one here, same idea, but check this out. All right. I really don't need the zeros here. At least they're not required by law, because we can add 5 with nothing. We get a 5. I can add the 6 with the nothing. We get a 6. 8 plus the 1 is a 9. So 9.65, and we're done. You're not required to do that. But if you want to, you certainly could slip your zeros that are in there. So again, adding and subtracting, line up the decimal there. Normal addition and subtraction, drop that decimal straight down. So let's look at our multiplication here. So multiply. It says estimate the answer to figure out where the decimal place will go. Do not line up the decimals. Okay, so there's 2 ways of going about this. First version, yes, doing your estimation that's there. The second way of going about it there is to actually count the place values that you're dealing with. So let's walk you through this here. Let's do the first one that's here. Let's do the first one. I'm going to stack. All right. The decimals just happen to line up. Okay. So it's a coincidence here. You could do this. I have some students, they just chuck the decimals out and just throw the 3 and the 6 down. They multiply and they get 18. But that's not the answer. I've got one number to the right of the decimal. I've got two numbers to the right of the decimal. So in my answer, I need two numbers to the right of the decimal. And there it is, 1 and 2. The estimating, it doesn't work well with question 6. Let me show you why. Slide over to question number 8. All right. Again, I'm going to encourage you just to write down 372, just write down the 8, and then just to multiply. Now, the estimation method will help you with the placement of the decimal. And again, it works in some situations, but not in all of them. Let's go and multiply here. So I'm just going to multiply like normal. 8 times 2, 16, carry the 1. 8 times 7, 56, plus 1, 57. Put down my 7, carry the 5. 8 times 3, 24, plus 5, 29. Okay, so if I'm using the estimation method, I'm saying 3.72 is kind of like a 4. I'm saying 0.8, that's kind of like a 1. So 4 times 1 gives me a 4. So where would the decimal go to give you the best estimate, so it's closest to a 4? Well, if I put it between the 7 and the 6, that's like 297. If I put it between the 9 and the 7, well, that's like a 1. Or is it a 29? If I put it between the 2 and the 9, that's like a 3. That would be my best estimate. So there we go. Now again, that's a lot. That's a lot to do. So that's why a lot of students are just like, can I just count how many total place values there are to the right of the decimal? And as you can see, there's a total of 3. So sure enough, because I've got 1, 2, 3 numbers to the right. So a lot of students choose to go that particular route. Again, the estimation is good, but in some situation, it just kind of fails you sometimes. Yeah, I know. So pick which one you want to do, but be aware of both. Be aware of at least the decimal placement of the counting of them. If you want to estimate, it's fine. Like I said, I think it's going to kind of bother you a little bit from time to time. I'm going to look at question number 10, and we're just going to kind of talk about it here because I'll be honest, we're reaching for a calculator in these situations. But the main idea I want out of you is to realize that this would be your setup, and we would be multiplying away. That's there. All right. The other thing that we want to keep in mind is when you start in the second row, what happens? Yes, when you start your second row, we do need to put that 0 in for the placeholder that's there. So I'm doing the first row. No. 7 times 2, 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 5, 35. Plus the 1, 36. Carry the 3. 7 times 0, 0. Plus 3 is 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Start my second row. Yes, I have to start with that placeholder of the 0, and then I can use the 4 to multiply. If we look at our answer, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. So where my decimal is going to go, I've got to make sure I've got 4 numbers to the right of the decimal. Again, to be honest with you people here, in this situation, we're reaching for the calculator when it comes down to it. But we do want to understand the fundamentals. We do want to understand the basics that we've got here. All right, so the main thing to keep in mind here is there are different rules for the addition and subtraction versus the multiplication. You just got to kind of realize of what the situation that you're in. It'll be okay. See you later.